In today's MLB recap, we have pitchers catching baseballs with their jerseys. I've only seen that once back in the day. Ichiro did it. Apparently, that's not an out, though. Ohtani, he was back on the bump. He was tossing frisbees and pitching angry. Yordan Alvarez might actually hit 70 home runs. I have no idea why these other mere mortals are still pitching to this literal titan. The Mets finally got Juan Soto back from his calf strain, only to lose Francisco Lindor with the calf. Oh my... You cannot make this up for Mets fans. O'Neal Cruz hit a baseball so far and so hard that it literally bounced off the top of a foul pole, and another guy down in Kansas City went past the fountains. And the Phillies, I gotta clap. They finally made a move that can save the season, the vibes, and just shake things up to the point where the Phillies, who are playing stale, might actually start breaking out, because this dude was an automatic loss every time that he towed the rubber. If you're new here, my name's Fuzzy. I recap every single baseball game almost every single day. I'm trying to grow the game into the biggest sport in the world, so join the movement, leave a like, and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets with code Fuzzy on SeatGeek. And I went crazy again on Underdog. 2 more 3-for-3s on yesterday's options. If you guys haven't already, download it today. Follow me on Twitter because I post all my stuff over there. A lot of you guys have been cashing in. I'm literally buying you guys dinner. Use code Fuzzy and download Underdog Fantasy today. But as always, please play responsibly. Coming up in these first few games, we have guys making history. Yordan Alvarez and Jose Soriano are on pace to do things we've literally never seen. That right there is one of the worst pitches I've ever seen. A hanging meatball in a lefty's wheelhouse, and it's not just any lefty, it's your daddy. Anytime a lefty gets a ball kind of low and in, it's probably going to get wrecked. That's 11 home runs. Yordan is on pace for 69 home runs. He's batting .370 with 7 home runs and 16 RBIs his last 13 games with only 4 strikeouts. The Astros starting pitcher, Peter Lambert, he's so interesting because he forgot how to strike guys out as soon as he came to the big leagues, but he had a lot of it coming up as a prospect. It's finally showing up. He allowed only 3 base hits over 5 shutout with 6 strikeouts. Wait, he's going for 6 innings now. That's his 7th strikeout. He had a 6.7 strikeouts per nine his first 243 innings. He's now over 13. It's not going to stay like that, but he turns in back-to-back 8 strikeout performances. Dude, I thought that this was Jeremy Pena. Has Carlos Correa lost a bunch of weight or just gotten leaner? So he was clearly out. The replay overturned it. So hold on. The umpires missed it, or New York missed it. Whoever does the replays, they missed this. What are you looking at? What's the point of having replay? I'm a Guardians fan. I can tell you guys objectively, he was out. So Altuve, he was laughing about it. He's like, I don't understand the point of it either. Ball don't lie. Reese, he got kind of turned into mincemeat. That is a sword strikeout. The Guardians, they're now 0-11 when trailing after 8 as Aniel De Los Santos gets the save. The Astros are 10-16. The Guardians are 14-12. So Yordan Alvarez is on pace to do something that no one in American League history has ever done. 69 home runs would literally shatter Judge's 62 record. Jose Soriano is doing historic things on the bump. He got to pitch with a lead. So Joe Adell, his sac fly was followed up by a home run from Nolan Schanuel. Schanuel, his hard hit percentage and barrel rates are ticking up and up and up. Here's the crazy stat for you guys. Jose Soriano went 5 scoreless. He's the first pitcher since 1900 to allow 1 run or fewer combined over his first 6 starts. He has a .24 ERA. That is the lowest ever in the first 6 starts of a season, passing Fernando Valenzuela. At the same time, we also haven't seen his strikeout rate this high since his rookie season. Trouty, he got an 86-mile-per-hour meatball cutter in the heart of the plate, 113 miles an hour off the bat, and 420 feet later, he now has 8 home runs. He also just tied Garrett Anderson for the most extra base hits in Angels history with 796. That is a lot of extra base hits. He also leads the American League in runs scored with 25 and 25, or is it 24? I think it's 25 and 25. He has a 175 OPS plus and more walks than strikeouts. What is going on? The Jays, they got 1. Then it became 2 thanks to Lucas. Call him Locked In Lucas because he's been red hot lately. The Angels bullpen blew it. Jose Soriano will not get the win. Ernie Clement makes it 3-3. The Halos, they still won though. At least they got that. Nolan, he chased a high curveball and he dropped it in fair down the left field line. 2 are going to score easy. Moncada, he's chugging. He's on his horse. There's a dolphin dive, and he's safe. There was a bad pickoff. Grissom, he's about to get one to fall as well. Vaughn Grissom, who used to go crazy with the Braves, he's showing an elite eye. He has 1 out above average already. Him and Oswald Peraza could be dudes for the Angels, but then again, Christian Moore's coming back soon. The Angels are 12-14, but they feel like a team better than that record. The Jays, same thing. standing, they're 10-14. Before we see if the Mets extended their losing streak, let's see if the Yankees, the other New York team, can extend their winning streak to 5. Max Fried, he changed his mechanics mid-game. I'm not joking with you guys, but before that, the Yankees top 3 were making Rangers Suarez work. There was a lot of foul balls. 2 were on after Stanton got on for Ahmed Rosario, and no BS, you guys are about to see one of the coldest bat flips you will see all year. It kind of reminded me of the swing that Carlos Gomez had years ago that James McCann took a lot of offense to. You guys remember that? Ahmed has 4 home runs. He used to be a mega prospect, and he's kind of finally growing into his man body. He has 10 home runs and an almost 120 OPS plus his last 79 games. Fried, he's in trouble, but check out this arm side changeup to Caleb Durbin. What the... Like, that's a strike for 90% of the pitch, and then the last 10%, it just runs away. He struck out 3 in that inning to get himself out of a jam. Stanton, he's on again, so he doubled with Judge on. So there's 2 ducks on a pond for Ahmed Rosario. His 4th RBI, all 4 that the Yankees scored were off the bat of Ahmed Rosario. Fried, he's striking out Trevor Story with that signature curveball. And as you can see, he's not in the windup anymore. He and Matt Blake, the pitching coach of the Yankees, have noticed that when he's out the windup, his walks skyrocket. So Matt Blake said, we got to try something new. So they ditched it and went to the stretch only. McMahon, you're about to see not just one slick play from the Gold Glover, but another one later in the 8th, a diving play. Max Fried, he was literally like, yo, that was sick. Rafaela, that's the 8th strikeout for Max Fried, and then the 9th strikeout came on that changeup. At one point, he retired 14 in a row. He went 8 shutout. Well, hold on, wait, Boston, they're so happy that he's out the game because they're scoring instantly. Jarren Duran is driving in runs. Caleb Durbin, he's putting a ball in play. But Jose Caballero, he's way too good of a defender. He gets it done. The Yankees do win their 5th in a row. The Red Sox just dropped to 9-15, and we got to rant about them for just 1 second. Caleb Durbin has been an abject failure so far. He's batting under 150 with 0 home runs and a 31 OPS plus. Trevor Story, yeah, he has 17 RBIs. That's cool, but he has a 51 OPS plus. He's striking out 33% of the time. He's not taking walks, and he's been buns defensively. He has -2 outs above average. Roman Anthony's hitting .225 with only 4 RBIs. Jarren Duran and Marcelo Meyer are hitting under 200. Narvaez, he's not slugging anymore. The Red Sox as a team have the lowest slugging in baseball, and they're combining that with the 4.5 ERA as a pitching staff. So is it too early to give up on the season, especially with the entire lineup not named Wilson and Contreras struggling? Do you just say, all right, let's flip a few guys and move on? Or do you bear down and try and rattle off a few W's because it's the early part of the season? You'd rather get the cold streak out now than in September. All right. So the Yankees have won 5 games in a row. The other New York team, the Mets, are attempting not to lose 13 in a row. And by the way, we do have Ohtani's on-base streak on the line and so many streaks coming up after that, so don't go anywhere. Lindor, he's staying on top of things. He has 5 RBIs and a .360 batting average over the last 7 games. Caratini, he's been driving in runs pretty often as well. Luis Robert Jr., his biggest weakness in his career so far as a defender, even though he's got sick defensive skills, has been that arm strength. So it's 1-1. This is so bad. This is very, 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 I don't even know how many times I can say very to make my point hit home. Lindor is limping around the bases, and it's been confirmed that he probably has to go in the IL. Now, he did score, but again, to make matters worse, Mets fans have the strength of 1,000 men. Buxton tagged them again, his 5th home run. And this next clip honestly got a chuckle out of me. Mark Vientos. What are you doing? Okay, Pesky, my editor, freeze frame. Look at the third base coach. What are you doing? He just ran through the stop sign. He said, I am speed. Ka-chow. Nah, dude, you're out by 15 feet. Now, thankfully, Mark Vientos made up for it. What a freaking game for Mets fans. 2 were on in the 8th, and he got sawed off. Like, I literally saw his bat splinter a little bit, and the Mets, they had the lead in the final inning. The signs were out saying the streak is over, and Weaver, with the wicked changeup, does end that 12-game losing streak. That is a save, and for the first time in 2 weeks, Mets players can shake hands with each other and be proud of themselves. By the way, tip of the cap to Clay Holmes, another 7-inning quality start, and I'm hoping that Francisco Lindor isn't out for a long time. Okay, I thought we were going to talk about the Dodgers game right after, but I forgot the Phillies are on a 7-game losing streak, and the Phillies took 19 years to turn this double play, so again, it's not a double play, and they're already losing. My jaw dropped when I heard the broadcast mention this. And Mundo Sosa's coming up. The Phillies are 0 for their last 16 with runners in scoring position. It's not going to be over 17, but again, that is crazy how bad the Phillies have been. He scores Felix Reyes. The Phillies actually have a lead now. Justin Crawford, he tapped it. That is their first lead in almost 30 innings. And is that Are the Phillies stupid? PCA cashing the runner on second base because Taijuan Walker is literally batting practice. Pete only has 5 extra base hits, but he's got 6 outs above average. He leads everyone because it's next level. There goes the Phillies lead happily, sit to left field. Why is Walker... Oh, why is Walker still in? I don't understand it. They're not even my favorite team, but I'm so mad for Phillies fans. Michael Busch is alive and well, which means you probably shouldn't have Taijuan Walker in to face him, and it's still not over. Seiya said see ya again, back-to-back games, and of course, it's off batting practice. Walker, the thief himself, 8 base hits, only 1 strikeout over 4. I'll talk about Taijuan more in a second. As PCA, his third base hit is another RBI knock. He has 5 hits his last 2. He had 5 total the previous 6 games. The Cubs have won 8 games in a row. The Phillies are on the other side of the spectrum. They've lost 8 games in a row. Something has to give and fast. And to the Phillies' credit, yeah, they've acted on it. That was that was fast. As I was scripting the final few games of this video, it was announced that the Phillies have hit that big shiny red button that says F your feelings, Taijuan, F the money, F it all. We're releasing you, kid. So Taijuan Walker is being put in a space shuttle and being sent to the Neptune or something like that. So he's getting paid $18 million this year, and the Phillies said, dude, we don't care. You lose literally every single game that you appear in. He had a 5.1 ERA as a Philly with an embarrassing 1.5 whip. The strikeouts cratered. The hits per 9 rose to almost 10. Taijuan Walker is a legitimate thief, and I don't know if he's going to have another job in baseball. Ohtani, bump day. He's also trying to pass Sean Green with 54 games on base in a row. That would be the second longest streak in Dodgers history. He couldn't beat this one out, so he's hitless so far. He was tunneling to perfection early on. Here he is painting 99 to the righty Willy Adames, so now that can set up the frisbee sweeper to righties going forward, and you basically have to just guess. The fastball and the sweeper look like they're going to go to the same place. One goes straight, one just flails out the way, and now you have guys literally flailing. Check this out. Luis Ariz, I cannot believe this. It feels like I'm getting baited with this. He's playing sparkling defense. After a Pages grounder that got Freddie in a pickle and then tagged, Kim ripped it to Luis, who has 5 outs above average. He went from negative 51 outs above average coming into the season to basically being in conversations to maybe win a platinum glove. That is the Ron Washington effect. I got to make a TikTok on that. So Tyler Mahle, he was cruising. He kept pace with Ohtani all night, but Ohtani looks angry. Like physically, he's channeling the inner mutant and alien energy from within. 2-run against Casey Schmidt, who's been pretty good this year. That sweeper is just unhittable. He's pumping his fist. 6 more scoreless, 7 strikeouts. Ohtani has 5 home runs as a hitter, 1 earned run, and 24 innings as a pitcher. Jack Dreyer, he's in now. Now there's another inning with 2 runners on, and deletion is the only word. Absolute deletion off the bat of Patrick Bailey, who pummeled a 3-run bomb. His no-doubters are a lot of fun. Ohtani, he's got one more chance. He's 0 for 3, no walks, no hit by pitches. No, it got snapped at 53 games. There it is. The closer for the Giants, Ryan Walker, he barehanded it for the final out, so that is his 3rd save. That is the first Giants shutout of the Dodgers since 2023. The Giants have won 2 games in a row. They're 11-13. LA is still 16-8. That opens the door for the Padres to have the best record in baseball, but we have one more streak do not go anywhere. Mooney, he wants a rookie record. Sorry, Sox fans, I'm going to skip the first few runs. I don't care. I really don't, because we got to talk about this fella who needs to get tested expeditiously, pronto, end of day, whatever you want to say. Ildemaro Vargas needs to be tested for that stuff that they gave Steve Rogers. This dude was given the super serum, a 3-run home run to outer space, his first of 2 home runs. Cattell, he's swatting 2 baggers now, so he's in scoring position for Corbin Carroll. Corbin had 3 base hits and 2 stolen bases. He's batting almost .315 and leading the National League in OPS. Vargas, again, no, not Ildemaro. Miguel Vargas, everyone on the White Sox seems to be streaking right now. He has a home run in 3 consecutive games at a baby. The Vargases will not let up. Ildemaro is stunted on him again. A 2 home run, 5 RBI day. He has 5 home runs with a .365 batting average and 16 home runs on the season. Bro, what is this game? Colson Montgomery just crushed his 7th, which means that dating back to last year, before that, he has a home run in 4 consecutive games. So you have Vargas in 3 straight. You have Colson in 4 straight. Mooney's trying for 5 straight. Colson's up to 28 home runs, 10 outs above average, and almost 4 F4 in 95 games. Arenado, he used to do that power defense stuff every single year, and he might just be back to being that guy. One more hurrah season. He had an RBI single. Then with a runner on in the 6th inning, Nolan caught up to 95 and he bashed it out. He had 1 extra base hit and 2 RBIs with 8 base hits his first 13 games. We were saying that he was washed. He has 12 RBIs and 13 hits his last 9, and he's up to 4 home runs now. Murakami scoffed at that like, that's it? 4? I have 10 now. He has 5 in his last 5. That went 451 feet. He ties a rookie record for most games in a row with the home run with those 5. He brought it back within 3, but then Perdomo had an RBI triple, so it's back to a 4-run lead, which kind of sucks for all of my Paul Sewald fantasy owners because yes, he came in, but it would have been his 8th save. The Diamondbacks, they're 14-10. So that Murakami home run was considered a laser, which I guess is like a brand new sportsbooks thing of a home run that's over 110 miles an hour, and this is cool. It's not a laser. We have another one coming up though, and oh my God, it was crushed. This 2-0 lead from Pete Alonso was only hit 107 miles an hour. Vinny, same thing. It's a home run, but it's not considered a laser. That was only 108.1. I love that Pasquat celebration. He officially snaps an 0 for 16. Oh, it's another one of those stressful back and forth games in it. I don't know why I just said it like a British person. This has been a crazy series between the Orioles and the Royals. Carter Jensen and Lane Thomas took the lead with RBI singles. Chris Bassett, he had a cool milestone. He got to 1,200 strikeouts, but he got knocked around. He's off the hook for an L. And now he's in line for the W because Leody Taveras stayed ultra hot, and Jeremiah Jackson, he extended his team lead in RBIs. He's now up to 19. Kobe Mayo, he had a laser in the game before, and he's about to activate the laser show again. Slider, meet barrel, 451 feet to clear the fountains. Kobe Mayo is going to be, a lot of people are writing off. He's 24 years old and had some of the most prolific AAA stats in the history of our game. This swing is also impressive. Don't get it twisted. Carter Jensen just went 421 feet. In his career, he's only played 43 games, but he has 9 home runs and a 160 OPS plus. Kyle Isbell, the defensive specialist, he's breaking out offensively. He had 4 home runs and 4 stolen bases all of last year. He has 3 home runs and 4 stolen bases already. Kobe Mayo is going to get this game done with the final. Oh my God, he threw an error. The tying run is now at the dish. Look who's up. Bobby Witt Jr. He chased a ball 19 feet outside. He couldn't hold up as Anthony Nunez gets the save. He's been awesome this year. Anthony Nunez, if he's available, maybe pick him up. We have even more lasers coming up, and we have the hardest hit baseball by anyone today by over 3 miles an hour. Before that, Marcell Ozuna, he brought in Brian Reynolds only to have Josh Young go the other way. Now, again, this is not a laser, but that is a 6 swing. Josh Young, he's been so good lately. Brandon Lau, he's back. So we're tied in the 5th inning. Brian Reynolds, though, he's about to add to it and take their lead back. It's 3-2 on 3 separate RBI singles. Wait. Another run scored. Jack, he stumbled. I almost don't even want to look at that clip one more time of Jack Leiter's. He stayed in the game, but that is scary, scary, scary. Braxton Ashcraft, this guy has been so good as well. 7 strong. Yes, he did allow 2 runs, but it was only to Josh Young. He had 5 strikeouts, only 4 base hits, so that's another quality start. Andrew McCutchen, he's up now. He still gets a lot of love no matter where he goes. There was a lot of applause for him, even on the road. Connor, come on, kid. Not enough time. Brandon Nimmo then got on base, and both are about to score. Jake Berger, he tied it in the 8th inning. We have a brand new ball game, and I guess you can say that again. Yeah, we have another brand new ball game. Jake Mangum with a pinch hit tapper sort of thing. He was hitting for Henry Davis. The Rangers could not get the out at home. O'Neal Cruz, my word, 116 something miles an hour that hit the top of the foul pole. He has 7 home runs and 10 stolen bases. The Pirates are 14-10. The Rangers are 12-12. I guess lasers are the theme of today's video. I'm not going to talk about it this much in future recaps, but we do have another one. Wait, what just happened? Logan Gilbert, he caught it with his jersey. Carlos Cortez. Now, again, this is not a laser, but 108 miles an hour right at you is scary, and that went right between the buttons. It was considered a dead ball, so it's an automatic base hit. Again, it is not an out, even though it technically never touched the ground. The bases are loaded. Soderstrom, he lifted a sac fly that was dropped on the transfer, so there's still an out. Jeff McNeil is about to get in on the RBI stuff. Only 1 scores even on that bobble from J-Rod. I don't know what was happening to J-Rod out there. Randy, he got 1 back for the Mariners, but Jay Willie said, give me that back. He cannot get out right now. And the big dumper cannot stop hitting home runs. We have another home run streak. Not a laser, but Cal does have a home run in 3 consecutive games. We're going to go find the later innings. Rob Retschneider, he made it 3-3. J-Rod, he's out, but he does make it 4-3. Where's the laser? I said that there was another one in this. It can't be off Senor Smoke, right? Well, yes, it can. First name Nick. last name Kurtz. That was on a rope. That ball was scorched 110.6 miles an hour. So yes, that is a laser. He tied it at 4 on his 4th home run, but the Mariners are answering. There's 2-1 for Josh Naylor. There's 2 down. He sliced it to left field, and that right there is a walk-off W. His 3rd base hit wins it. The Mariners are only 11-15. The A's are 13-12. Baseballs were flying, and they're still flying right now. So we have a 7 home run game coming up. James Wood, he just became the first in the NL to 10. Well, not in this recap, but he hit one live as I was literally recording. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss it tomorrow. Drake Baldwin, he's an actual cheat code. I'll keep saying it. That's his 7th home run. He has 23 RBIs. Didier Fuentes, he's like 20. No, wait, he's 20 years old. He probably only has faced a ton of Dalen Lyles coming up. Lyle, he just launched a home run. That thing was hit a mile high. Call it a Lyle. I'm not even going to finish that, sorry. So that's his 3rd in the last 5 games. He has 13 RBIs and 10 extra base hits. Yorbit Vivas, he added to the Nationals lead. That's an RBI double. If that name sounds familiar, you're probably a Yankees fan. He was on the Yankees not too long ago. But then he made a goof. He dropped a pop-up. So instead of a solo home run, Harris just hammered a top deck home run for a 2-run monster home run. Ronald, he's up now. This should be the 3rd out. Instead, it's a game-tying sac fly. That sucks. So it's 4-4 in the 3rd inning. Harris, he's going the other way. Maybe there's a Harris sign out there. He went to the Harris sign. That is Michael's 6th home run. He is quite literally tearing the covers off of baseballs, and defensively, he has 2 outs above average. Matt Olson, I don't care. He's a Hall of Famer in my book. He's been doing this for almost a decade of just smashing home runs. He's 5 away from 300. He's been playing Gold Glove defense every single year as well. And if he does it another 2 or 3 more times, he's 100% going to get in. We have a Weimer screamer. Haven't said the name Joey Weimer for a while, even though he dominated the first week. That's his 3rd. James Wood, he did go yard in this game. I lied. So he's up to 9 home runs. I thought that he was already at 9, so he's at 9. That's his 6th opposite field home run, the most in baseball. Robert Suarez, I forgot that he is on the Braves. Thankfully, they have him. This is why you want as much depth as possible, because Rizal is on the shelf. Suarez, he gets the save. The Braves, they look insane. Casey Mize, oh boy, that splitter set up the rising fastball so well. This is why Casey Mize was a perennial top 10 prospect for years. He had 7 more strikeouts in this game. The first 3 on 3 different pitches. Now he's about to make it 4. The 4th one was on a moving sinker. Now, the thing about Mize is he tends to lose command randomly, and he lost a big Terang. He's on base 27 games in a row, and then he stole a bag. That's his 7th. Bryce Terang is just a 5-tool megastar. William Contreras, he appreciates it. The Brewers, they strike first, but Torque Taters, they struck right back. That is Torkelson's 1st of 2026. Took him way too long. I mean, this is the same guy who had 31 home runs last year, and I think he had 31 home runs in 2023. So he has plenty of pop in that bat. The Professor. We have more insurance runs for Casey Mize. Kevin McGonigal, he lifted a double. And Javier Baez, I don't know if it was like he tried to steal a bag a couple times and he was tired, but he was chugging around. He looked exhausted. Colt Keith, he had an RBI as well. Bowers, he got it back, but sorry guys, home runs are way more funner. I'm saying funner today than singles. Kerry Bonds, scary Kerry. That is his 5th of the season. Kenley Jansen, brother in Christ, what are you doing? You cannot load the bases for Bryce Terang. Okay, I guess you can when you have one of the greatest cutters of all time. He got Terang to roll over. He has 482 saves. I cannot wait to see his baseball reference just read 500 on the dot. The Tigers are over 500. The Brewers are 13-10, so also above 500. Brandon Williamson, oof, yikes. You cannot be walking back-to-back hitters to start an inning. That almost always ends bad, so now you have B-Will versus B-Will, and B-Will won. Ben Williamson beat Brandon Williamson. He scores Ryan Valade, who, by the way, got on base 3 times. Chandler Simpson, he's been moved back down to the 7 hole. I don't know if that's just because there's a lefty on the bump, but that's a sac fly because Will Benson, maybe DeLuca shocked him that he didn't think he was going to tag that shallow, but it's a bad throw, and I think it actually hit Johnny. Yandy, the effortless oppo swing. He is one of the best hitters of my lifetime. I'm almost 30 years old, not just of the last few years, of my lifetime. He's up to a 340 batting average. Junior Caminero, he's taking walks this year, and he's still hammering home runs. He's up to a career-best 12-game on-base streak. That's his 6th of the season. Ryan Valade, the bat speed is off the charts. He's almost up to a 76-mile-per-hour average bat speed, which is elite. Nick Martinez, he got some revenge versus old team. He went 8 efficient innings, just 1 little sac fly. He had 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and he had a bunch of help on defense as well, just web gem after web gem. He also looks like the dude from the Fallout series, Walter Goggins, or is is it just me? I very rarely flat out spoil a game, but the Cardinals, man, they got put in their place by the Marlins. Owen Casey, he looks like a veteran already. That's an oppo knock for the first run. Jacob Marcy, he worked a long at bat. It was an 0-2 count, and then he got all the way to a bases loaded walk. Now we have Marcy up again, kind of a weird camera angle, so that's a second RBI for Marcy. He is so good. Augustine, the same pitch that Bobby Witt Jr. struck out on earlier, like a pitch in Narnia, he somehow made contact and drove in a fourth run. We have more weird, I don't understand what the angles were in this game. This was like a dugout view of Ivan Herrera smashing a home run. That was the only home run allowed by the Miami staff, as Pete Fairbanks, he completed a 4-hitter with that disgusting slider. That has some serious vertical depth. Shocked it's not a sweeper or a slurve or something like that, because it has some serious vertical depth. They are 12-13. The Cardinals are 14-10. I do want to show Jansen Junk and his 2 strikeouts. I know it was only 2, but he went 5 scoreless, only 1 base hit on 56 innings. I don't know why he didn't go more. I mean, that's very efficient. Man, not even 24 hours after I gave Walker Buehler credit for being good the last few times out, he stunk it up bad. Merrill, he gave Walker Buehler a short-term lead. He's up to 9 extra base hits and 14 RBIs, while also being 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts, but he's got a terrible 280 on base, so he's been super weird this year. Willie Castro, he got one through the infield. Why are we running on Nando? You can't do that. Well, I guess you can with Nando. If he misses, you can score. But it's usually going to be up to him. You really almost never have a chance. So 3 consecutive singles. Julian, he takes the lead. Moniak, he makes it a 4th straight 2-out knock, and Tyler Freeman, he's about to be safe because he hit it so hard that Xander couldn't smother it. And now TJ is about to take over. TJ Rumfield and his sky-high leg kick drove in 2. I really like his swing. He drove in 1 in the 4th and then another in the 6th on a double. Luis Campusano, dude, this is his year. Campy, he went way out, and I guess even if you're losing, if it goes that far, you can stare at it. McCarthy, he got that run right back for the Rockies. Casti, he just whiffed at it. That goes as an RBI. And Hunter Goodman, I'm not going to make the joke. I'm going to make it. He's so good, man. 6 home runs. His 3rd extra base hit of the game. He's only 26 years old, and just a reminder, he had a 930 OPS in 300 games coming up with the Rockies in their farm system, so he is a legit bat. I want him to do this for 4 or 5 more years. The Rockies, they keep the Padres from the best record in baseball, and Tomoyuki Sagano somehow keeps on doing it. 5 2/3, only 1 earned run. He's been way better this year than last year with the Orioles, but then again, he started off really good with the Orioles last year, and baseball caught up to him and figured him out, and then he stunk, so we'll see if that repeats. And there we have it, another recap in the books, guys. If you're still bored and you want to watch more baseball, I put all of these recaps in a playlist, so you can go from opening day up until this point, watch them all in a row. If you're grinding MLB this show or on a long walk or driving home, you can watch all of them. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and enjoy the web gems.
Ground ball. Henderson smothers it and makes the play. The replay comes.
Devers spins, throws. On the ground on 1 hop. On a 1 hop throw.
The center field, Buxton coming in, Byron on the move. He got there.
Short 1 hopper, and it's stopped by Cole Young.
Larnach lines 1 and goes Lindor. That's the spot.
Well, he shoots this on a line to right field. A sliding catch. And it's popped up way up in the air. Sosa coming over, and he made the catch.